Barton FM, following Barton Town. Sport on Barton FM is sponsored by Easy Buy.
Welcome to Swans Talk with me, Richard Watts. We now join Trevor Richins, who's talking to Nathan Jarman.
So another training session down at basically our school. Really busy tonight. There's lots of people about. Got the youngsters training as well by the looks of it. But we're going to get a few words with Nathan Jarman, first team manager. Hello, Nathan.
Hey Trev, you alright?
Fine, thank you. A bit chilly tonight.
Yeah, a bit colder in it tonight.
So good result the weekend.
Yep. Fackley 5-0. Yeah, was a good result.
It was, despite the foggy weather.
Yeah. I tried watching the goals on. Tried watching the goals back from Barton FM, but couldn't really see a lot happening.
Was it getting to the point where it might have been possibly abandoned?
We were, after 20 minutes and we was winning 2-0. We were panicking,
right.
And I think we'd got word that if it gets to 70, 73 minutes or something, it's up to the referee if the result stands or something like that. I don't know what they were saying. But yeah, thankfully we got past it and managed to win.
Okay, and we had a new keeper.
Yeah, Muzzy, yeah.
How's he fitted in? Obviously,
done brilliant.
He got dropped in it at the last minute, I'd imagine.
He trained with us Tuesday.
Okay.
He trained with us Thursday.
Right.
And then obviously played really well Saturday. So
we're
more than we're more than happy with him, and we just want that to be the start and for him to kick on and keep more clean sheets and help us to win more. Yeah.
And obviously, as we discussed a bit at the weekend, Charlie's out for a little while.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a scan on Monday, Tuesday?
He's had it. He's got he's had the scan and he's got the results back as well. It's not too good news. It's going to be mid to long length layoff.
So he's going to be out for the rest of the season potentially.
I don't know about that. I think they've told him. It's up to Charlie to tell you. They've told him he's going to be at least 3 months, I think.
Okay.
But I think they're recommending.
So that's 3 months before perhaps we be training, and then.
I honestly don't know.
That.
I've only spoken to him today,
okay.
Briefly, but yeah, he was. He wasn't too downhearted. He just said it's part and parcel of it, but yeah, it's not a good one.
Okay. Right, well, I'll let you get back to your training session.
Cool, thank you.
And we'll get a few words with Craig King.
Yeah, ask him who his favourite gaffer is.
Yeah, right. He's a good one. He's not here yet. Still stuck at home well, I think.
Okay. You're one of the more experienced players, I understand. You've played for Scotland, I read somewhere.
Yeah, under 19s.
Okay. And you've played at a lot higher level. I can't get the words out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously, like you said, one of the most experienced ones. Played at obviously a higher level and everything, and and like I said, I'm just enjoying my time playing here with all the lads, and buzzing.
So you were playing professionally, semi-professionally?
Obviously, in my younger days, I played professionally for probably about 3 or 4 years, and then went semi-pro after that, and then obviously just been semi-pro up until this point now.
So is it difficult to make a living as a professional player if you don't get the breaks? Because obviously you've got to pay a mortgage, run a household, etc.
Yeah.
So that makes it difficult for you to say I can commit myself to be a pro player.
Yeah, massive. I mean, obviously, to become a professional, you have got to sacrifice a lot. You know, you've got a lot of things to deal with, and you know, it's like I've just said, it's a hard thing to do, is to become a professional. But obviously, like if you work hard at it, and you know you train hard, you play hard, and do everything right in and out of football, you know, you'll get the chance to hopefully become a professional.
And obviously at this level, I said to some of the others, it's actually getting quite tough at this level. It's a lot more professional than it was just a handful of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed at this level it is very competitive, and it is a good standard of football.
Yeah.
probably not that it wasn't a bit back, but like I said, obviously the times are changing. Everything's like, you know, young lads these days and girls and everything are becoming a lot better technically, becoming faster and stronger. So yeah, it's improving everywhere.
Okay. And a couple of questions I'll ask everybody: favourite food, favourite drink.
Favourite food, favourite drink.
Yeah.
Favourite food, probably spaghetti bolognese.
Okay, right.
Favourite drink.
Are you a lager drinker? Or
No, not really.
Or something?
I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. Okay. I've not drunk a lot of alcohol since I was young.
That seems to be a bit of a trend, because I mean we've seen obviously back in the past with Gascoigne in this chair drinking lots, and everybody known for being hard drinking, but that doesn't seem to be quite the case, and certainly not at this level.
No, I mean, like I said, in the past, God, all the professionals at that point in time were quite heavy drinkers, and like I said, when it goes with the times, it's just gotten more health.
Yeah,
you've got to be more healthy. You've got to be a lot fitter to reach the highest level. And but like I said, I mean, from a young age, I didn't really like from a young age, but from like 18, 19 or whatever, I weren't really big on drinking anyway. I sort of quite quiet. Used to just, once I'd finished the game, I'd be home and just chilling out and everything. So yeah, I mean, favourite drink probably Coca-Cola.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, Craig. I think they're getting ready to start training.
Yep.
The youngsters have disappeared. So good luck for Saturday.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers. We'll see if we can get a few words with Steph Wilcowski, the reserves manager and development manager. So the reserves are down here as well as the first team. Here you can hear in the background. So let's see if we can grab Steph for a few moments and see how the reserves are doing. Good evening, Steph.
Evening, mate. Very well, mate. Yourself?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
So you just introduced me
to
the new assistant manager?
Assistant manager coach. He's not manager yet, mate.
Okay.
Don't sack me just yet. I know we've had a bad run, but no. So Lee resigned from his post from Apfrod.
Okay, but you're also, before we carry on, you're also the development team manager.
I am, yeah.
Aren't you? Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's coming to help you with the reserves.
Yeah, me and Lee have known each other a long time. That's stemmed back from me coaching his lad Ryan at under-19s level at Barton. Okay. So we've always had that connection. And Tomo was just a fantastic coach, manager, person. So the opportunity to bring him in to join the management team was probably the biggest signing we'll make this season. So yeah, it's massive for us.
And talking about signings, you've signed some more players.
We have, yeah.
Couple of weeks.
We have. Two players that we've tried for a couple of seasons to get, and for the right reasons, because they wanted to be committed to their clubs. It's just not happened for us. Now is the time where we've needed to add a little bit more experience and some more depth to the squad. So Harry, Burnett Haynes and Ryan Short come into the squad. They're both cup tied for this Saturday, unfortunately, so they'll make their debuts away to Cleethorpes next week.
Okay. This Saturday? Is that a cup match?
Yeah, County Cup away to Tetney. Okay. It's a competition that we want to go far in. You know, we want to go far in everything we do, but with the run of form that we're in at the minute, it adds that little bit of extra pressure to the lads, because it's a big month for us, a big month, and we want to make it a real positive month.
Now, you're saying we signed some more players. The reserves might be, some people would see it as being a feeder for the first team, but it sounds more like it is a separate team in its own right, rather than a feeder team for the first team.
No, complete opposite.
No?
Complete opposite, mate.
I'm just thinking you're bringing players in which perhaps won't be going to the first team, but you see them as an asset to the reserves.
Well, the two players we brought in have come from NCEL level.
Right. Okay.
So the two players that could play at first team level now.
Okay.
They're in here because of we're in a very, very competitive league. But these players are in to support all magnitudes of development for the development players coming up. You've seen Patrick Shaw step up to the first team in Charlie's absence and Ben's absence. He stepped up. So there's no club within a club. Mark, the chairman, would never have it. Okay. Me and Jarmo speak twice a week at least, and we're always running ideas past each other. I think what you're probably seeing at the minute is two very, very healthy squads that at any point players can step down, players can step up, so it's healthy for the club.
Okay, good. Okay, thanks very much.
No,
cheers.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
I'm joined by Aaron Walton, and we've got a really good 5-0 win to look back on from last Saturday at Thackley.
Yeah, what we could see of it, Richard.
Well, that's right, yes.
Slightly foggy, wasn't it? I didn't realise it was as foggy as it was until I saw the highlights.
Yeah, and the camera didn't pick up the penalty save, sadly.
I was just going to say that. I bet Ryan Musselwhite won't be very happy with it because it was a terrific save.
It was, yeah.
A really good save. And what a great performance again.
It certainly was, yeah.
I mean, it
great
started
start,
off
great goal from Harrison Coley to kick things off.
Well, as we keep saying, he doesn't score tap-ins.
No.
Super goal. 2 minutes in, just what we needed. Really the exact opposite of what happened at Knaresborough, wasn't it, when they scored early doors?
Yeah.
But Barton just carried on. I thought, and I don't know what your feelings on it, it is only my opinion, I thought Thackley gave us lots of room. Really
yeah, they did. Yeah.
They backed off. I think they thought they were going to score themselves time after time, but no, Barton were just relentless, weren't they? And everybody in the team played so well. And even the subs coming on, I thought, played well. So,
yeah, they did. Yeah.
I mean, your strike force, your Harrison Coleys, your Ben Hinchcliffes, your Wardbys, all played really well up front, didn't they?
They did. Yeah.
Your midfield, it was nice to see Nathan Hottie back.
Yeah, he did a great job. He makes such a difference when he's playing.
He does, doesn't he? Just smooth as silk. You had the usual guys at the back as well doing the thing. Josh Lacey, Taz Hare, Scott Matthews, and of course Tom Davey.
Yeah,
all doing the job. I don't think I've missed anybody out, have I? I'll be upset if I have.
No, I mean, right across the pitch, just superb.
Oh, absolutely.
And that penalty save as well, it makes a lot of difference going in at 2-0 and giving them a squeak going in at 2-1. Terrific.
Yeah,
terrific
it
stuff.
did. And I think I'm going to give you a pat on the back, Richard. You called that. You said he saved this. And I said, I don't think he will. So well done, Richard. Yeah. You obviously know more about football than I do.
I don't know about that.
They saved it. Good save as well. Because it was a good penalty. Let's not take anything away from Thackley. It was a good penalty. It was struck as hard as possible, but a really strong arm to it and turned it away. And in the second half as well, I'll tell you what got me. I know Barton scored 5 and the attacking was brilliant. Midfield play was good. The defence. They did not want to concede a goal.
Yeah.
And then you had Josh Lacey throwing himself in front of the ball. You had Ryan Musselwhite. How he saved that in-swinging corner, I do not know.
Great.
So it was whipped in with some real vigour, and he got his forearm to it, and away it went. And then another corner straight afterwards came out and collected it really well. Made all the a lot of the hard stuff look quite simple as well. I thought he had a really, really good debut.
Yeah, and they've got some good players in that lineup, and they'd hammered Brandon the week before, hadn't they? So
they had, yeah.
Really I mean,
well, we talk about the likes of Amir Birchall, he still had a good game, didn't he? The winger, he had a good game. Tom Greaves, Frankie Sinfield, Aidan Chipperfield, they're all names that if you follow your non-league, you know about. They're all good players, and obviously captained by Ryan Bassey. They've got a decent team. They really have got a decent team, but again, Barton just made them look quite sort of not ordinary, but really took the chances, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I mean, Tom Warby, 2 goals and 2 assists.
Oh,
fantastic!
Unbelievable, and getting back at the end of the game to defend as well.
Yeah,
we talk about Ben Hinchcliffe always sort of running and and closing down and what have you, but Tom as well, you know, and Will. What makes me laugh, though, I must admit, Richard, and I did say to you, is Tom always seems to want to pass to Will. It must be that telepathy. Must be that telepathy. Or Will bosses Tom about. I don't know which one, but we'll see. But there's that telepathy there, the brothers. But as I say, everybody played well, and what a great win. I mean, that really, it's been coming for quite a while, hasn't it? I know I've lost a couple of games, but scrappy games, but that's been coming quite a while because at home, Barton have created so many chances and not really taken them, have they? But this time they created and they scored. So what a great performance and a really good 3 points away from home.
Yeah,
and possibly the best away record. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's a good away record. But so that was Saturday. I mean, it made the journey a little bit sweeter coming home, didn't it, Richard? Because it's a hell of a journey to Thackley.
it is. But I have to say, I came back Leeds Ring Road, and they've done a good job on improving that since I was last on there.
Oh, you did the same as me. What do you think? A lot better, isn't it?
Yeah, they've done a good job on that.
Yeah, it's a lot better. We got home quickly. So we've done Thackley. We've done and dusted Thackley. So we go on to this Saturday and another tricky game against Handsworth.
Yeah, strange side, aren't they? Can be absolutely brilliant and then get some real bad results.
Up and down. So, as I say, we welcome the Ambers of Handsworth. They're making that 60-mile journey from Sheffield. And we lie in third position, don't we? 1 point behind Emley and 6 behind Ferriby. Ferriby have got a game, played one game more. And Emily have got a very tricky tie away at our neighbours, Winterton. I saw Winterton last night. I went to Winterton with the vice chairman and my lad and Aaron Irwin. We all went to watch that, and Winterton made quite easy work in Knaresborough. Right. I must admit, Knaresborough did have a few players missing, though. I must admit they did have a few players missing. The cornerstone at the back, Mr. Greg Anderson, he was missing. So he obviously had a big gardening job on, so he couldn't make it. But they said they won 3-1 and made quite easy work of it. So getting back to Saturday, we've got Handsworth. The form guide of Handsworth, the last 6 games, they've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 2. With the last outing, and this is why I mentioned Knaresborough, the Handsworth, as you always say, they're a bit up and down. They lost 3-2 at home to Knaresborough. So they're a bit up and down. You never know what you're going to get with Handsworth, do you? You really don't.
Didn't they score 9 not so long ago?
They beat Yorkshire Amateurs.
Yorkshire Amateurs, that's it.
9-1,
yeah. So
they're either going to turn somebody over big style or lose big style. They're one of those teams. You're meant to watch, Richard, Leon Howard, striker, and Mitchell Dunn. He's been knocking them in. 13 goals this season, so he's his second top goal scorer in the league, Mitchell Dunn. I think hat-trick. He got a hat-trick against Yorkshire Amateurs. So, but if we look at the head-to-head stats, because we like a good stat, don't we?
We do.
Best attack, Handsworth are 5th in the league and Barton Town are 10th. Handsworth have got an average of 2.7 goals a game, where Barton's got 1.64. So, not too bad. But here's where Barton really pull away. Barton, best defence, 1st in the whole league. They've got the best defence and the meanest defence, 0.57 per game. So just over half a goal. And Handsworth are down in 12. They let 1.17 goals in per game. Clean sheets. You know who's at the top, Richard, don't you?
Must be us.
It certainly is. 8 clean sheets this season.
Excellent.
8 clean sheets. And what, we played 14 games?
Yeah.
Well over half then, so that's brilliant. Handsworth in 7th in the league for clean sheets. They've got 4 clean sheets. Top goal scorers, obviously, I mentioned Mitchell Dunn. He's got 13. He's second highest goal scorer in the whole league. But Tom Warb is 5th with 11, so that's not too bad. And obviously, Barton Town are 4th in the average attendance is 293, with Handsworth 12th with 171. So, it looks on paper, and we don't play football on paper, it looks to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Let's hope the rain holds off, because it always rains on a Saturday afternoon, doesn't it? The easy
Certainly
bye.
does, yeah.
I think it's been forecast again to rain, so we'll just have to wait and see.
And just another interesting result during the week I was going to mention. I say that Bottisford won at Eccles Hill.
They certainly did. I was assuming Eccles Hill had a few players missing, but they didn't. So, as I say, Bottisford are a funny team as well, aren't they? I mean, they, you expect them to win some games, and then they end up losing, and then they win the hard games, because anybody going to Eccles Hill and beating Eccles Hill, they've had to have played well, haven't they?
Yeah.
So hats off to Bottisford. But they're down there scrapping, so they'll be scrapping for their lives. I was chatting. We've got a game at Golcar in a couple of weeks, haven't we? Not this weekend. Weekend after Golcar, and I was chatting to Barry Hewson, the chairman at Winton, and he was saying it's a nice little setup there, but the pitch is a little bit heavy. So again, we'll have to watch out for that. We don't want too much rain next week going to Golcar, because that's a new ground for me and you to go to, isn't it?
It certainly is. I don't even know where it is.
Huddersfield, sir. Huddersfield. Yeah. So, did you get your sat nav on, Richard, for that one?
Yeah.
Another long journey. So that'll be a good one to go to. So we've talked about Saturday. Hopefully, we've got everybody fit for Saturday. There's a little bit on the grapevine that we've got possibly a couple of new signings. I don't know if they'll be ready for Saturday, but I don't know who they are. So hopefully we might see one or two new signings, because Nathan's been sort of preempting that he wants to bring a couple of players in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Not necessarily to replace anybody, but just to bolster. I think he was saying, he doesn't really want to have to rely on himself to come on. He wants to just manage, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But it's always good when he comes on, because he always looks dangerous, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
So that's... and I know you want to chat about the big game. So we've got Ferriby on Tuesday night. Let's hope the Swans come down, the Swan Army come down and get behind the team, because we definitely need them there in the singing voice.
Yeah.
It should be a good game. But again, it all depends what sort of how Ferriby have gone on a Saturday. I think they're at home yet again, Ferriby, on Saturday. They seem to get some home games, don't they?
They do, yeah.
They always seem to be at home. So,
I mean, one thing that strikes me is the thing about Barton is Barton will have a go at them. There aren't many teams that have a go at Ferriby. They'll sit back and let them dictate, but we know Barton will have a go at them. It'll be interesting to see.
I would like
look at
to
it and you think a back four that contains Levi Tarbotton and Robbie Start. I mean, they may have improved, but they wouldn't worry me about going against them two.
Yeah. Well, I always liked Robbie. I always liked Robbie Start when he was at Barton. I always liked Robbie. So, but Levi, when he played for Barton, although he plays well, he always had a mistake in him. But he was a lot younger then.
Yeah, he may have matured, mightn't he? He might be a far better player than when he was.
And Robbie poor old Robbie used to get injured all the time. The amount of times we've had to take Robbie off because he's been injured. He was a bit injury prone. Not his fault, by the way, but I remember him getting knocked out. Was you there when we played Quorn?
Yes.
In the cup?
Yeah.
He got knocked out, didn't he? And he come back on and he blacked out again, poor lad.
Yeah.
So he'll give it. But have I read this right? Has Chris Boulder signed on as a player?
Adam Boulder's signed on.
Has Adam Boulder signed on? I wondered if Chris had signed on as well.
I don't think so, but I might be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Chris
if I read
hasn't
it.
Played for a lot of years.
That's what I thought, but I've probably got the wrong end of the stick there. But we'll just have to wait and see. But as I say, I hope we have a strong referee on Tuesday night as well, because it'll be feisty.
Yeah.
If our pre-season friendlies against them are anything to go by, which we've never finished one yet in 2 years. We've put, I think Joel Sutton broke his leg the time before, which was really unfortunate. Yeah, it was just a freak one, that one, and then poor old Danny Clark going straight into the perimeter wall. So again, really unfortunate. It's good to see Danny back playing, though. That's a good thing.
It is.
So
I've just looked up. You're right. Chris Boulder is registered.
There you go. So I'm not as daft as I think I am.
There
you go. Oh,
it's a lot of years since he last played.
Yeah. So they hope. Well, maybe not got bolstering the squad. They've got a big squad though, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, there's Tom Corner, Danny Buttle, Danny Emerton, Danny Earl. Lots of good players in there.
There is. I mean, is that Josh Whiteley? I've always been impressed with Josh Whiteley when he's played. He's really quick and really robust and really strong. Very impressed with him. Always impressed with Danny Emerton when he plays, Richard, and you will be as well. It's just class.
Yeah,
isn't he? It really is. I mean, last season when they were in the first division, he just stood out. So much time, and and even when I think was Adam Boulder playing last season a bit, because my memory just. I mean, Adam's still got a bit in his locker, hasn't he?
Oh, definitely. He can just stand in the middle of the pitch and dictate the game.
Yeah. So it'll be a very, very good game. I'm hoping a very good game on Tuesday night. Yeah. So we can get a good crowd down there, good atmosphere. You can't beat a game under the lights for an atmosphere. And wouldn't it be superb to get a victory?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be.
Really put a marker down there, and it'd do a lot for. I mean, the confidence must be sky high in the Barton camp at the moment, because, so like you've intimated before, Nathan seems to have got that spirit like Billy Heath had at Ferriby.
He does, yeah, he does.
Yeah, so seems to have got that spirit, and I think last season I thought it was a really good season last season for Barton. Best I've seen for a long while. Capped off with winning the cup, but this season it seems to be going well and they're playing good football. So, well, it must be good, because I was chatting to the vice chairman and he used to say, "Oh, you used to get absolutely fed up of teams coming and beating us every week in, week out, but now you're really disappointed if we lose because we're doing so well now." So it's a complete role reversal of how we used to play. And that's
it's a big progress even from last season. I think it's not been a small step. It's a big step to get from sort of like seventh to win around the top three.
Yeah, definitely. And that's no disrespect for any manager who managed us before. We just seem to have, Nathan just seems to have gelled them and got that team to be really playing for him and playing for each other as well, because you could obviously see that on Saturday, the way the team just wanted to keep that clean sheet to get another clean sheet, wasn't there? I mean, It could have been easy just to say, "Oh, we're 5-0 up, it doesn't matter. We'll not bother defending that corner." But they were just chucking their bodies in the way of it, weren't they? And they wanted that clean sheet. So it just shows that the commitment and the camaraderie that they've got there.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
That's it for this edition of Swans Talk. Thanks for listening.